And we're live. What's up, Reds? Welcome to the Sunday Summary. I'm your host, Kyle. With me, as always, Steve. And Steve, we're going to shake things up a little bit today, starting out with the comment of the week. Comment of the week will be a new segment, just to what's the word? Break the ice, if you will. Steve, how you doing this morning?
I couldn't be better.
Yeah, I heard you got a new grill.
I got a new grill. I got a nice coffee in my hand. It's 90
That's
degrees
right.
outside. My hydro seat is thriving. What else is there in life, Kyle?
Dude, honestly, the only thing that could make it better is if Virgil van Dijk was back. I feel like that would pretty much make it better for me.
Or if he was like here.
Oh yeah, in the chat. That would be good.
No, here with me with the grill and the hydro seat
Oh yeah,
and the
just
iced
grilling up
coffee.
with Verge.
He actually probably doesn't even drink iced coffee. Iced coffee's not big over there.
It's not?
When I was in
It's
Italy,
just,
I
I mean,
asked for
it's
iced
tea.
coffee, and they literally just took the piping hot coffee and poured it over ice cubes just because I requested it. And it immediately melted the ice cubes, and the coffee went down probably 10 degrees. So it was just like not piping hot coffee. It was just like very warm coffee. So
Yeah. I don't, dude, I don't.
it's about tea and it's espresso. Well, in Italy specifically. But when
Yeah,
you're over
espresso.
there, like iced coffee, I was over there, it was like 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Still, you just feel like a criminal not drinking what's native to them. So their espresso, their cappuccinos, all that stuff
Well, that stuff's
is,
better anyway. Like I like iced coffee,
yeah.
but my question is, you have to. How do they? You're the expert, Steve. Tell me what is iced coffee? Because for me, I'm thinking they just pour normal coffee, room temperature coffee over ice, and that's it. Do they brew it cold?
So that's cold brew.
Okay.
Do we need a coffee lesson here, folks? Here we go.
Real quick, and then we'll jump
Okay.
into the comment of the week because it's actually hilarious. It's
Okay, so
pretty
here you
funny.
go. Iced coffee is coffee that has been either poured over ice and
Okay.
watered down a lot. That's how a lot of places do it. It's it's the least pleasant taste afterwards as well. Um, it's literally just hot coffee, let it cool for a little bit, pour it over a ton of ice cubes till it's cold. Second option is brew the coffee, put the coffee or the whole pot or the whole container in the fridge overnight or for a few hours so it chills, then pour that over ice. That's your middle of the road C plus, B minus style iced coffee. And then you have the pinnacle of cold brew. Now, cold brew is brewed in an entirely different way. There is no heat involved in cold brew at all.
Okay.
The beans and the water sit together for anywhere from 12 to 24 hours. They sit there, you mix it, you put it in a jar, a cold brew maker, a French press, stick the lid on it, put it away. Then you filter it. So it's literally just cold water
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of coffee beans sit together for 12 to 24 hours. You filter it out, and then it makes a concentrate. Now, that concentrate is what you pour over ice, and then you can either add milk, you can add water, or you can just drink the concentrate if you're into extremely strong coffee, but it can be really bitter.
Yeah. That dark, I can only handle certain dark roasts. I'm more of a medium roast guy. But cold
Mm.
brew is good though. I mean,
It's
interesting.
smooth because it doesn't, there's no bitter because it
Yeah.
removes that part of the brewing process, the heat in the extract. There's none of that. That's why it's like sweeter and more smooth. So
And
I'm an expert. If anyone needs, we'll move on here. Shout
clearly.
out to my mother for the message. If we move on here, you guys can feel free to reach out to me individually, and I can give you the lesson of a lifetime. But these are the basics.
Absolutely love it. Shout out
Cheers.
to everyone in the Steve. So if you have everything, cheers. Guys, get your own nothing but Reds mug, and then you can have your own cold brew, tea, coffee, whatever you want at our fan store. You know what I mean? That'll be good. I don't even, mine broke. When I ordered mine, it literally broke in the mail. So I'm a little salty about that. But what's up to everyone in the chat? We got Adelia, Rizla, Dermot. What's going on? Liz, Pez. Oh boy, nothing. Love it. Love it. Seek Chan, Shayna, the Gonzo experience. What's going on, Tony?
Shout out to Liz.
Shout out. No,
$1 says it's Kyle this time. Liz, you're
is
right.
She psychic? She
because
might be psychic.
I had my email inbox open at 8:55 and didn't get it.
Which he never. Don't let him fool you, people. It is never open at 8:55.
Listen, so I went out there and I grabbed my middle of the road iced coffee. Middle of the road, brewed and chilled, no ice added until completely chilled. C+, B-. The cup is an A+. Came back, it was 9:01, and there it was.
All right, Steve, why do you lie to the people? You said
$1
you got it at 8:59.
You
said you got it at 8:59.
No, you sent it at 8:59. I didn't see it till 9:01.
Well, that's your own problem.
Well, you should have sent it at 8:55, 8:56 when I was there, because otherwise I had to go get this A+, B-, C+,
Steven, I'm
B-.
just going on previous things, okay? I send it at 8:55 all the time. You don't check in till 9:01.
And I'm up earlier than anyone you guys know.
Yeah, so that doesn't make any sense to me. You should always be on time. But look,
coffee guy. I'm a coffee guy. All right. I'm not a podcaster. I'm a coffee connoisseur.
I owe Liz $1 now. Oh my God, Jersey boy, what's going on? Abdallah, Oyvind in here as well. George in here as well. George with the hot takes of the century. Who doesn't also like coffee? So I'm questioning George at the moment.
George is a troll. We do like you, George, but
I don't think George is a troll. George ain't a troll.
George, wasn't it George that said all those things about? Never mind. We're really losing focus.
No,
George, you're the man. Thanks for joining.
Look, let's look at the comment of the week first. We'll jump into Raphinha, talk about Pats and Daka, of course, talk about Trent's injury. That's all on the agenda today. Guys, let's take a look at this. This gave me a good laugh. So the comment of the week, new segment. So did a video on Raphinha. Steve, do you remember when we did the match preview for Leeds at the beginning? Okay, I just kicked him out. Okay, remember when we did the match preview at the beginning of the season against Leeds, and we got so much hate from Leeds fans. Guys, I think Leeds fans might be up there with my least favorite fans right now. Like, they are so aggressive in the comments, dude.
I mean, wouldn't you be if you spent years in the championship?
I mean, to be fair, yes. But I mean, they're just
like
they're
almost
just
getting
brutally rude. They're like, so anyways, this is the comment of the week. Liverpool fans and vloggers losing the plot, thinking you getting Raphinha, lol, deluded. And what do Yanks know about footy? Footy. Stick to your wrong-shaped ball, you wussies. Get a grip. Stick to bin dipping. What is bin dipping?
Look, all right. First and foremost, I need to know in the chat, what is bin dipping? Before we absolutely rip this apart, what's bin dipping?
Yeah, please. I don't even know. That's
number 2. Is that woozies or wussies?
It's definitely,
because there is no person on this planet that is going to tell me that anyone that plays American football is a wussy.
Yeah,
that is the most dangerous sport ever.
It's definitely wussies.
Okay, so it's not woozy. So he's saying that we're soft.
Oh, so all right. So this must be okay. Bin dipping. They do this with Scousers, dude. They always crap on Scousers for being like poor and stuff. It's stupid. I hate it. Yeah. Okay. Bin dipping is taking food for the bin. So this is what I'm saying. Like, where's this aggression coming from? I didn't come at Leeds fans. I didn't say anything wrong about any Leeds players. And then they're coming over here like, you bin dipping American Yanks, wussies. I'm just like, what is going on?
Bin dipping.
It's unbelievable, dude. But that's hilarious. That's a good one. I took the name out because I actually originally had the name in. And Steve was like, we shouldn't be giving that guy any credit, or girl, whatever. But man, Steve, any takes on that?
Listen, I'm just extremely confused. Like, of all teams, Leeds happens to have the worst fans. It's crazy. I never
No,
thought this would happen.
no, neither would I. I like Man United fans are always in the comments, Man City occasionally, but dude, I'm telling you right now, Leeds, they have gotten on our channel. The most disrespectful comments have come from Leeds fans, and it's only when we make a video related to Leeds, whether it's a preview or this Raphinha. Most of the comments are like, "Y'all are crazy thinking you're getting Raphinha for 32 mil. Oh my gosh, you're like crazy things like that." And I'm just thinking to myself, you guys got him for 20 million. 32 million is a 33% markup.
Yeah,
Like,
well, then they get him last year.
they got him last year. Raphinha's every club he's been at over the past 3 years, he's been there for like one season. So I don't want to hear this crap about he's worth way more. Like, Leeds fans in the comments at least are delusional.
Well, listen, here's the thing. They have Bamford, they have Raphinha. There's a couple other guys that are solid, but like
Yes, they have
it's
some
not
good
worth
players.
much. But like Bamford and Raphinha are not staying at Leeds. I'm not saying they're going to leave this summer, but those guys aren't going to be at that club forever.
I feel like Bamford stands more of a chance being there than Raphinha does.
Well, yeah, 100%, 100%. But like those guys are going to eventually move on. These fans need to get used to it, but they'll also have other guys that come up and buy new players. So it's like I would never go to a Barcelona fan page or YouTube channel and roast the people from Barcelona and say, Genie Wijnaldum's worth more than free. PSG, you guys don't deserve him. Like, I don't have time for that, first and foremost. Number one, I feel confident in my club enough that players shouldn't want to leave, and if they do, then adios.
Yeah.
Wussies.
No, man.
Go play with the wrong-shaped ball, pal.
Oh, my goodness, man. It's just like that guy was just on his keyboard like, oh,
because for one second, they're in the talk, the transfer talk. Because if no one's talking about Raphinha, if no one's talking about Bamford, Leeds is irrelevant all summer. That's it. Salty.
Cheers. All right, well, we got Nick P. Oh, yeah, well, Seek Chan as well, bringing up the fact that PSG are apparently offering Winaldo double what he would have gotten at Barcelona. I don't know if any of this is true, but Barcelona or Genie's in a position now to where he can just take the most money. Like, it's not like he's money grabbing at this point. He's a free agent, so I would be going to PSG if I were him. But
yeah,
look, Nick P with the hot takes. I don't agree with this at all. But I do. I don't agree with the Steven thing. Appreciate that you think I'm humble and emotionally invested in the club. Steven is definitely not insecure. Now, the ego part, I don't know. Steve, you might have a little bit of an ego.
Insecure.
I'm not getting rid of him, I'll tell you that. I've thought about it. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, Nick.
Yo, you think Nick is that Leeds fan?
Ego? How about straight shooter, Nick?
No, to be fair, you're blunt, and that's what I love.
Anything about emotionally invested. The amount of time I spend investing into this club is absurd, Nick.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to
Thanks
Mike.
For joining,
I haven't seen Mike in a while. Shout out to Mike. And yeah, no, this is the thing. If you guys are just tuning into the show, first off, make sure you subscribe. But second off, this is why we do the show. Steve is the straight shooter. Steve is going to tell it how it is. I'm more of the optimist. I'm kind of like sugarcoating stuff, trying to look at the positives. Steve's just going to be like, no.
Look, here's the deal. Nick, appreciate you watching. There's a reason you're here watching me and I'm not watching you. Thank you very much, number one. Number two, I can appreciate any sort of criticism or feedback. We get criticism and feedback after every show. But at the end of the day, like, it doesn't really matter because you're the only person that said anything like that since we started this 3 years ago. So I do appreciate the feedback, but no one has said that I'm not invested in the club. Oh, I've heard ego my entire life, so join the club. But it's really just a lack of patience, I think. It's just get right to the point, be blunt, straight shooter.
I honestly feel like it's just sarcasm. Like, Because I feel
Well,
like
you
you're
know
trying
me
to be
better than
funny when
anybody.
you.
That's why.
That's true. That's
I
true.
could say something that sounds like ruthless, but you know it's like 100% just a joke
Exactly.
without even seeing my face. You can just hear it and you just know.
JW Young saying Steve with the facts and his math is great.
Listen, JW Young, all the boys are in here. All the guys and girls, ladies and gents. I love it.
So, hey, I'll be fair. I know we called George, or I know Steve called George a troll, but this is honestly a great idea right here.
Perfect example of why George is. Thanks, George. Let's do this. Can we do this?
I, I don't want to do it till after, if anything, but all right. So
Dermot,
look, Raphinha,
thanks for
32
checking on the
mil.
house. We're not done yet.
Look,
However,
let me ask you, Steve. Have you watched any of have you watched Raphinha at all? Like, have you sat down and watched him?
yes, I've seen Raphinha. I think he's solid. I remember the first time I saw him, I was impressed.
Yeah.
He plays like a Brazilian, man.
Yeah. He's got that
It's great.
Brazilian swag.
And somebody made a really good point. I think it was last week. In that lead system, like you have to be fit, you have to be aggressive, you have to defend, you have to press. Like, is there anyone out there for that price that's going to come in having played in a system as intense as ours or similar in the world right now that you know of?
That I know of, no. There probably is. But that I know of, probably no.
30 million? And then you got both wings covered.
Yep. You can't forget was Jota, right? Is Minamino going to be in the rotation next year? We don't know. Probably not. I really don't know. But look, Raphinha for 32 mil, I can get behind it. And I'm going to tell you one thing. You'll hear Leeds fans saying 32 mil, you're dreaming, all this stuff. Let me give you a little background. Raphinha, okay, has never done a transfer for more than like 23 million. Okay, so 32 million would be a profit for Leeds. If I'm Leeds, I would probably take that. He's been at your club for one season. 32 million. What did Leeds finish? 9th, 10th? I don't know.
I don't know.
Mid-table.
Everyone there was in the same
Mid-table finish. Raphinha wasn't astronomically great for your club. 32 million is a bargain. If I'm you, I'm taking it. Imagine what you could do with 32 mil over at Leeds. That's just my thoughts. But Steve, the other attacker, Patson Daka, right? This guy, Salzburg. Okay, 17 million is what we're being linked with him for.
Did you just try to share? Because I don't see anything.
Did I just try to share what?
Your screen? You said this guy, as if you were showing us something. Okay, Raphinha, 6 goals, 9 assists.
Okay, so see, those are solid numbers.
Okay, but
those are Bobby
solid.
numbers.
Those are solid, but no. Wow, this is where I'm going.
Yeah.
Everybody, Raphinha. Bobby had the worst season ever by his standards, and his numbers were still better than that.
Exactly my point.
We're just like praying for a Bobby goal or a Bobby assist for like weeks, if not months at a time at certain points throughout this season. That's what you're going to get with Raphinha, guys. Same sort of cadence for goals and assists. He's not going to come in and give you 20. He's not going to play that much.
Yep.
This is another prime example. That's why I wouldn't splash a 50 million for this guy.
No, not 50.
No,
30.
I'd go for max 40. I think
Max
he's worth
40.
less than Jota, so I wouldn't want to sniff what we paid for Jota.
Yes. That's what everyone. I feel like, dude, are Leeds delusional thinking that they could? Obviously, you could value this guy like what we talked about last week with the whole Leicester thing. You could value this guy at however much you want, but what's he worth? That's the thing. 6 goals, 9 assists. You look at Bobby. Is Bobby worth 32 million? Or is Bobby worth 50 or 60? Like, what would you value Bobby at? That's the thing. Bobby is 100% more useful than Raphinha at the moment, but he's also older and all that. I'm kind of getting off on a tangent there. But look, Raphinha, 32, I do it. You can't have too many options up front. And like someone was saying in the chat, we need 2 attackers. So Patson Daka, 17 mil, that's good business, Steve. If we could swing it for 17 mil, that'd be another Minamino thing.
God, that would be a great move.
Great
That would
move.
be a great move. You got to find these guys that are undervalued and buy them,
Yes.
and not be afraid to sell them on if it doesn't work.
That's like literally what we did with what we're doing with Minamino.
Well, we haven't
7
sold them on
million?
yet.
No, but what I'm saying is, but 7 million? There's no way you couldn't sell him for more than 7 million. And that's flipping. But keep going. Kind of interrupted you.
I don't mind, Kyle. I don't get that. Doesn't bother me like it bothers you.
Yeah, it bothers me a lot.
I was checking these stats here.
Let's go over to the chat. Yeah, and so see, everyone bringing up Bobby's valued around 60 mil. Yeah. So Dermot, let's go to Dermot with the comment. We have a great starting 11, but lack depth. Unlike a Man City, we need a better backups than Keita, Shaq, Origi, Wilson, etc. Keep Ox. Came good this season. Trust me, the preseason behind him. So that's another thing I want to talk about. The links with Raphinha. Apparently, we've offered Harvey Elliott going the other way on loan. We've been doing this a lot recently where we buy a player and give them another player either on loan or permanently. Look, Keanu Hoiver was Jota and Wolves. You look at Preston North End with Ben Davies and then Sepp Vandenberg going over there. So we were thinking about offering Harvey Elliott, but apparently the links are saying that Leeds are interested in Harry Wilson. Good God, this kid Harry Wilson's never going to play for this club. He's I don't know we just need to get rid of him. We got to sell him on. So I feel like Harry Wilson could probably thrive over there. But Daka, right? Patson Daka. Have you seen any highlights of this kid?
Not really. I mean, here and there, but I had to go find them.
Yeah,
on my own. They're not popping up anywhere.
Yeah, and I went and searched. Like I did go and search for him. Solid. I mean, all these players that we're looking at, like you said, it'd be good business to find these players young and then sell them on. They're all raw talent. Like they're not refined. They're just like this kid's super young. I'm not even sure how old he is, but like raw talent that can kind of develop into something. You know what I mean? So if I know you said it, 17 mil, that's good business. Would you take someone who's still like a raw talent? Like, because you got to think we're getting rid of Divock. We need another striker.
It doesn't matter who we bring in. It just has to be someone other than him.
Okay, I don't know.
You can get this guy for 17 million. You can get Raphinha for what, 30? That's 2 for less than 50.
If there's any Leeds fans watching, we'll probably get him for 28.
Raphinha? Well, there's a comment here I just read. Besides, wait, where is it? Raphinha would be 28 by the time he becomes a starter. How old is he right now?
24, 25, something like that.
Okay, maybe 28's a stretch, but he wouldn't. It's going to take injuries for him to be a regular starter next season. That's if we even do entertain this purchase. And then after that, unless he wants to change position or we completely change formation, like Liz mentioned in the comments, he's not playing over Mohamed Salah.
Nobody's playing over Mo.
I could cut Mohamed Salah's in half, and he's still better than Raphinha.
Yeah, but it's got to be the left side.
I don't even know if Raphinha is better than Shaqiri. People are going to disagree with me on that. But like Shaqiri's a veteran, and he comes in and plays that role, and he plays it well.
Yeah,
I thought he's played really well when he's come in this year.
Yeah, I don't understand where the Shaq hates come from. I love Shaqiri.
Yeah, people want to see him go, but like at the end of the day, you can't say anything bad about him.
No.
Other than like the fact that he battles injuries, but the guy's a legend. He played in that Barcelona game. He's an absolute legend.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. No, look, J.W. Young, I get where your head's at, but why would we sell Minamino back to the club we got him from? Like that doesn't make it. Wouldn't that would just be? Oh my God. Abdallah bringing up the fact that he's valued at 40 mil, not 17. This is what we're talking about, okay? Being valued at 40 million and what he's worth, okay? I can tell you right now, yeah, he might be valued at 40 million, but this guy's not worth. If you can get Konate for a release clause of 36, you're not. I just don't think there's no way we're paying 40 million for this guy. No chance. No chance in the world. All right. And Liz does bring up a good point. Raphinha is at least healthier than our guy Shaq. I just feel like Shaq is just. He's injury prone. Yeah, he's a solid serviceman. Like we got him for a good price. You should probably sell him on. Did you see the report that we're willing to take $8 million for him?
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
No, I'm not buying $8 million for Shaq.
Doesn't sound right.
Guy's got two Champions League trophies, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he's yeah. I mean, how old is he? Is he 30?
No. He's like late 20s.
Well, does that mean 29, Kyle?
Steven, I'm just going to Google it.
There we go.
How old is Shaq? Oh, wait, no. That would have come up. Never mind.
55. Shaquille O'Neal.
That would have been a bad one. Okay, he is 29. Okay.
I don't see, just to circle back, I don't see Leeds and Wilson happening. That guy can't play in that system.
Dude, Harry Wilson, man. He's getting up there, too. He's like the same age as Raphinha, I think.
Picture him like pressing.
No.
Like staying healthy and like he's a finesse guy, a total finesse guy.
Yeah.
And honestly, not even much of a dribbler. Like he needs free kicks and he needs space.
Yeah, he needs free kicks. He needs space. He needs to cut in on the left foot. I haven't watched him enough, though, to say like whether or not he could fit in that system. All I know is that
It
he's
takes a
definitely
certain
not
type of player to fit into that system. That's a crazy system.
He's not. I'll tell you one thing. He's not at the level Raphinha is. Like sending him one way and getting he's just not at the level Raphinha is. But yeah, and Shaq is valued at 12. I saw that, and I know he's valued at about the same price we got him for, but it's just weird that we would accept $8 million for him. I don't know. I just feel like that's selling ourselves short. Let's go over to the chat. Let's see what some people are saying. Saw Babesh here asking about Winaldo to PSG. Yeah, apparently PSG are offering him double the money. What else we got in here?
What does that mean? Does that mean $300K a week?
Well, that's the thing. He was only getting what 75 for us, right? That was his contract.
That's embarrassing. The fact that that's even public knowledge, Liverpool should be embarrassed about that.
No, they should. But the thing is, you got to think we got him from a relegated club. So that was our leverage there. And he signed, was it a 4 or 5 year deal? I mean, he signed it. So he probably wasn't getting 75 at Newcastle. He's probably getting like 60 or something. And then
listen, here's the deal. When you are an everyday player in a team that climbs and becomes the best team in Europe, it's totally not uncommon to give all your players raises and extensions. It's not uncommon at all. Well, I mean, he's probably got endorsements through, was he a Nike guy? I can't remember if he was Nike.
I don't know. A lot of guys are
he's still making plenty of money, but like when you get to a certain point, like I was looking through Liverpool's like pay sheet the other day.
Yeah.
And he's just like him and Sadio are just need more money.
Yeah, it's actually insane. And then
Sadio hasn't gotten his raise yet.
Maybe he just doesn't. Maybe he's so indifferent about it. I do know that Liverpool are trying to give all the Brazilians raises, with the exception of Firmino. So pretty much the other two, Fabinho and Alisson, they're trying to give him raises because Alisson's only on 90K a week. I don't know what Fabinho's on, 100 something, but both of them 100% deserve raises. I'll tell you that. And the thing that's crazy is that Alisson signed a 6-year contract. 6 years at 90K a week. You're one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
I heard that he got bumped to 160 already.
They already bumped him?
That's what I heard. But at the end of the day, any of these websites that I look at, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. The only thing you don't have to question is the validity of the facts that come from the Nothing But Red Sunday Summary. That's it.
Duh.
And what's his name? James Pierce.
Paul James.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. Yep. He's out. Thank God he's out. He's done. All right, look. Let's bring it back here. Let's talk about Trent. All right, first off, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Make sure you subscribe. Every Sunday, we're live, 9 a.m., and videos during the week. All the news you need right here on the channel. Subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and chat with fellow Reds in the live chat. Now, look, Trent got injured, Steve. Were you following this?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's just a shame. It's a shame. It's like England is just a magnet for injuries. How Henderson hasn't gotten injured yet, I'm pretty surprised. But if you didn't see it, guys, Trent was clearing a ball. It just looked like a normal clearance. Went and grabbed his leg. It's a grade 2 muscle tear. Nothing too serious. The Liverpool are expecting him to be back before the start of preseason, which I believe is July 12th. Steve, what are your thoughts on it?
It's tough to see, man. It's tough to see. Trent's battled injuries,
He
here
has.
and there, and like overall, like this season was a success for him because he either started off really hot or started off really slow, like one or the other. But it was like ups and downs, and then halfway through the season, 2/3 of the way through the season, like we're hearing the rumors about him not making the England squad, and our team is actually probably the worst team in the Premier League at one point, bottom three, definitely.
Once 2021 started, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like the worst, and he's getting a lot of slander. You look at the Real Madrid game, that mistake that led to Asensio's goal, right?
No, Vinicius.
Either way,
I
thought it was
remember.
Asensio, but
It may have been.
it was just a big mistake. That was like the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, he played like an absolute maniac, and he was our best player.
Yeah.
And then he finally gets in, like on the last day or the whatever. Southgate said he had him in his plans for the last few weeks or whatever. Or the last
good
week.
PR, Southgate.
Exactly. First game out, boom, injury. That sucks.
He's just
because this is the last tournament that he has with all those guys available. Like Walker's not going to be around at the World Cup next time, probably. He's old.
Yeah, I mean, he brought 4 right backs in. I guess one of them are playing left back, but to have 4 right backs in the squad, and then you're right. Kyle Walker is getting old. I think isn't he like 30? He's up there.
I don't know, but I wanted Trent to make a statement and outplay all these guys because you only have to see this. Everyone's passed around that stat sheet of the comparison for all 4 of them this year, and if you haven't, go look at the Nothing But Reds Instagram. I think it's got Trippier, Walker, and Trent. I don't know if Reece James is on there, but Wan-Bissaka certainly is not.
No. Trent at least offers something going forward. Wan-Bissaka is good defensively, but dude, I just think it's just bad luck. Like I just hate that Trent got injured. The good news is, and I look at it in a positive light, he doesn't have to risk getting more seriously injured with the Euros. I mean, you can recover from a muscular injury. It's not too serious. Like he'll be good to go for preseason, hopefully, and then he'll get the full preseason under his belt, and he'll be good to go. Another thing you look at, Henderson, he's playing for the squad. I think the reason Southgate went with Henderson is because Henderson should 100% be captain of that squad. Why Harry Kane? I guess because he's your quote-unquote best player. Yes, I get it, but I feel like Henderson should definitely be captaining the England squad.
Henderson didn't become world-class until after that decision was made.
Yeah.
That decision was made years ago. And then Henderson became world-class a season or two later. So,
yeah, that's true. It's always been there, but I guess he wasn't recognized for it.
I don't think he was world-class until like 2018-19.
But that skill was there, though. Like I get what you're saying, though. I
remember you used to wear his jersey. You used to come over and wear his little jersey.
Yeah, and you're like,
I'd be like, God, you're his favorite player. He's your favorite player?
Why Henderson? And I'm like, because of his work rate.
Yeah, it was that year when we had him, Milner, and Genie in the midfield every game.
Yep.
And people were calling to have him taken out from those 3 at times.
Mm-hmm.
And he also has battled a million injuries. Yeah. But 18-19 and last season, wow.
Yeah, no, he's a different animal. He's a different animal. Shout out Mama Mac in the chat. Withlin Williams. We got some new names in here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Good morning to everyone. Life Aquatic is a new one. He's just not but name. Do you think players look up to? I have no idea what that comment means.
Yeah, what he's saying is like he may not be the captain, but like he's the leader. That's who players look up to. Look at Declan Rice's comments. I think that's what that's.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. This is why I keep you around, Steve. Thank God. Okay, see, I think this is. Wait, is a world-class leader? Okay, I read it wrong. I thought he said he was a world-class, but not a leader. I thought that's what it said. Because he's 100% a leader. He's an excellent leader. Leads by example. Everyone's comments. I mean,
I think he's a world-class player too.
Now he is, yes. It took him a while to get there, but I've always seen his quality, his style of play has always been the same. But for some reason, within the last 2 years, like you were saying, I feel like he's gotten the recognition for it.
The way he played last season, We had so many good players last season. Last season, as in 2 seasons ago. The season we won the league. He was so good.
Yeah.
He was so good. He's the first name on the team sheet. Him and Virgil.
Dude, when Henderson's healthy, it's just a different machine in that midfield.
I know, and like this guy says that he's not a world-class player, but he was maybe one of our best players last year, if not the best.
Yeah.
Didn't he finish in like top 3 in the voting for PFA?
I'm pretty sure he won PFA players like choice of the year, like whatever the awards are. I don't follow the awards too much, but I think he was like PFA players player of the year or something like that. I don't know. But he definitely won something like that. Seek Chan asking about buying a midfielder. So, look, I want to get into this as well. Look, I've been saying this from Jump Street, dude. Curtis Jones is Gini Wijnaldum's replacement. I don't care what anyone has to say. I truly feel that. Now, does that mean that we're excluded from buying a new midfielder? No. We could totally buy another midfielder. But everyone asking about Gini Wijnaldum's replacement, Curtis Jones is that guy.
So here's what I'd do. I'd get what we need more than a midfielder. I'd get a winger. I'd get another attacker. I heard Quevin Kelleher is going out on loan. That hurts my heart dearly. Because he's such a good number 2 in my opinion, and Adrian's staying apparently.
Another year, that's the report. Yep.
I'm going to throw up next time I hear that. Let's skip that. I would like to see a backup keeper come in if Kelleher is going out on loan. A right back, maybe. But the last thing we need right now is a center mid, in my opinion. I don't care if Gini left. The names we have in midfield are crazy, assuming that Keita and Ox stay. And maybe even Shaqiri. I don't know what's going to happen with those guys. We got Thiago, Fabinho, Hendo, Milner, Ox, Keita, Jones. Grujic coming back on loan. Who knows what's going to happen with him?
Grujic, good God.
Who am I missing?
I don't think you're missing anyone, man. You said Ox. You said Shaq.
I said Ox. Who knows who's going to go? But if we sell 2 of those guys, then maybe we need to bring in a midfielder. But I would like to keep everyone except, let's say, Keita. I'd sell him because he's still worth something. And then play the first half of the year and see where you're at. You can always buy someone in January, but I don't think we need to go buy and get the squad super deep right now.
Yes.
We need to play our cards and see what we got.
I get what Boy's saying here. Half of those players are injury prone. How do you define injury prone? We know Keita's injury prone. Who else in that? I really don't think anyone else in that. Maybe Hendo. You could argue Hendo. But Keita's the only one. Everyone else there is solid. One thing Milner. I will say, James Milner is still kicking it. Still, in just figuratively and literally, James Milner is an absolute machine in that midfield. When James Milner leaves, we might need to think about getting a James Milner replacement if Henderson doesn't already kind of assume that role. But that's the only.
He's unbelievable. He's a 7 out of 10 every match, no matter what.
In anywhere, dude.
He's so good.
He's unbelievable.
He's the best. He's my favorite player, besides Bobby.
I did a tweet the other day. It was like, who's your favorite Liverpool player right now? I had to go with Bobby. Look, I have all these players that are up there. You got Hendo, obviously. I mean, Hendo. I have a Hendo jersey. I have a Bobby jersey. I used to have a name that we won't talk about anymore. I shoved that in the bottom of my drawer. Hasn't come out since. But then you got Virgil. You got Robertson. You got so many players that you just love. You know what I mean? Life Aquatic saying Ox and Keita are made of biscuits. Keita is definitely made of biscuits.
Okay, Dermot.
Ox isn't, though. Ox has serious injuries. It's not like he's getting a muscular tear every 2 seconds. This man is tearing ligaments in his knee and he's out for a year. That's not being made of biscuits. That's just a bad injury.
Okay. First of all, Jones is not ready. That is wrong. Pin this comment. 942.
Who said Jones is not ready?
Abdallah.
Tim, here he is. Oh, we'll get to Tim's comment in a minute.
Tim,
here we go. Hey, Tim, I'll give you respect. At least you're respectful with it because you and your fan base are just. Okay, where's this comment, Steve?
Tim, congratulations. He got you 6 goals this year, pal.
Where
I
where
mean,
am I
you guys
going?
should be looking to upgrade the position, honestly, because he would come to Liverpool as a backup. You guys should be looking to upgrade that position. You need more than 6 goals from your
Yeah.
best player, second best player.
Hey, 9 assists
And
though.
if Bamford leaves, then what? Oh man,
Bam,
back to the championship.
dude, I'm telling you,
Thanks for
I
commenting,
don't
pal.
think
Thanks for joining.
Bamford won't leave. If anyone stays, it's Bamford. But
Okay.
anyways, what comment were you talking about, Steve?
Abdallah, he says Jones is not ready. Okay, Thiago is 30. Yes, true. Fabinho, no comment about Fabinho. Thank you, because that man is unreal. Endo's
Where's the
31 and
Fabinho
injury prone.
comment?
True.
Oh,
He just
good.
says Fabinho, second name.
Good. That's
That's what he said.
smart. Yeah.
Endo's 31 and injury prone. That is true. Keita, non-existent. Milner's 35. Ox is injury prone and so existent. Grealish is not Liverpool level. Jones is not ready. That's the only piece I don't agree with.
Jones is not
Jones
ready.
has come on the field and changed matches for us on Champions League nights this year when we were in the depths of hell, struggling to do anything. Curtis Jones has brought that spark at 20 years old.
Look, Curtis Jones, man, this kid is a scouser. This kid is another Trent. This kid comes in, and if you don't see the quality in Jones, if you don't think he's ready to play in the midfield, I just don't agree with it, flat out.
I think this is the wrong way to look at it, but this makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Like, yes, those guys are injury prone, but we have so many of them that, like, some of them are going to be available. Someone's going to be available.
Yeah.
If we bought guys that weren't injury prone, they'd still get injured because the system is just different. Similar to Leeds.
Yep.
The system is just different. If, Dermot says, let's look at Tielemans. Spend 50 million on that guy? The guy that's not going to play? The guy that would be our 4th or 5th best midfielder?
Yeah.
Like, that's what you guys have to consider. If you're going to spend this money, our squad is so quality top to bottom that in order to get anybody that's going to start, it's going to cost at least 50 million. And even that's a stretch. The only position that I could see someone starting at for 50 million is probably center forward.
I was going to say a forward. Yep. I want to say that. I want to agree with you 100% because, guys, I know that fans can sometimes get like impatient with like our level of consistency in the squad. Like we've had the same exact players for like 3 years now. Everyone in the squad, and you feel like it's stale. Like we need new people. We got to get rid of the dead weight. Although I agree with some of that in terms of the dead weight, our starting 11 is so quality. Just like you were saying, Steve, you have to be another level of player just to even break into that squad. And when I say break in, I mean come on as a sub. To start is a whole different level.
Mm-hmm.
And Klopp is a type of coach where he's not just going to buy you and you're immediately plugged in, especially because he already has his team. You could argue the first couple seasons when he was still looking for his players, right? For example, when we got Mane was immediately put in the side. Same thing with Salah, right? He's not looking for players anymore. He has his squad. So unless you are just next level good, you're not playing. You're not playing.
That's a problem when you get to this type of caliber of success and quality top to bottom in the squad. That's a problem. The best players don't want to. Yeah, they want to come play for Liverpool, but like they also have to weigh the option of, am I going to play? Because personally, as an athlete, I'm not going to go somewhere just to win trophies and not play. I'd rather play for a bottom half team and play every single week.
Yep.
Because that's just me.
I'm with you though.
And some people aren't like that. Some people are okay with riding the bench. Adrian's a prime example.
Yes. But also, you look at the time in their career. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at players in their mid-20s when they're in their prime, they're not okay riding the bench, and that's fine. That's fine. If communicate, say you want to go out on loan or something like that. Okay, but when you have a role to serve in the squad, okay, when you actually have a role, especially as a midfielder in Klopp's system, because he rotates the midfield the most, you're needed at the club, and you need to be okay with coming on in the 60th minute or 75th or whatever. Right. And you look at players like Ox, you look at players like Shaq, they seem to be okay with that. And the reason Ox fell out of favor is because of the injuries. I get that. But we have players that are already in the rotation. Klopp is not the coach that's going to just bring someone in and then immediately just push out these oxes and say, like, look, you're not good enough anymore. He trusts these guys. Klopp is big into trust. I mean, that's what I think, Steve. I really think that Klopp has his guys now. He's been at the club for almost 6 years now, right? 6-ish, some 5, 6. He has his guys. He's done his scouting. Now he's starting to build for the future.
We already know. We've mentioned this. We already know who the first 11 players are on the team sheet.
Yep.
Mine it, and if you want to nitpick it, you could throw Jota in for Firmino or Mane, whatever. Let's just say Jota's number 12, and then Konate's number 13. Konate, Matip, Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Take your pick. We don't know anything about Konate.
Don't forget about Gomez.
That's what I meant. What did I say, Jones? Yeah.
I think you said
Gomez,
Jones.
Konate, Matip. Take your pick. I'm Gomez all day, and then Jota. Those are the best 13 players in the club. The starting lineup is going to be made out of those 13. It's going to take a lot for someone to come in and jump any of those people.
Right.
Especially when you have James Milner lurking at number 14 on the squad that can play anywhere and knows the system and will kill himself so that you don't score a goal.
Seriously. It's like Milner and Nat Phillips will just pour blood out onto that field for this club. It's unreal. First off, we have over 150 people in this chat. I want to thank every single one of you. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Every Sunday we're live, 9 a.m., chatting the latest news with the Reds with videos in the middle of the week. And shout out to Tim Smith. We got a respectable Leeds fan in here. Shout out to you. And yeah, Liz showing.
I feel like
Jim.
Leeds people keep coming back. What's the situation here? There's no rivalry. Thanks for joining us, Tim. But there's no rivalry here.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's just crazy, dude. It's just unbelievable. But another thing I do want to say is, like, even world-class players that we brought in don't immediately get into this side, Steve. And that's what's crazy. I feel like people and fans, specifically Liverpool fans, and we're just beating a dead horse. They forget about the quality. They forget about the quality because they're so used to seeing the players come in. I'm telling y'all right now, we're going to miss Genie, you know? It may not affect the outcome of our position in the table, but we're gonna miss Genie. So all that Genie slander throughout the years, it's just uncalled for. We are gonna miss the availability of this guy, the quality, the box to box of Genie, just a workhorse.
Always there. Always there.
It's crazy. Shout out Near Post Podcast in the chat. Yeah, Dermot back again. Steve is fine talking about the starting 11, but we'll always have injuries. You know, that's
right. Kyle, let me take this one. Sorry.
Do it. Okay.
You want Tielemans, though, and he's not going to play. He's not good enough to play. So we're not going to spend. Some people are saying he's worth at least 75 million. Like, first of all, absolutely not. But let me just entertain half of that. I say he's 40 to 50. You say 75. I'll meet you in the middle. Let's say 55 to 60. We're not paying that for a guy that's the number 5 midfielder on the team. When you have Curtis Jones that makes peanuts and can give you goals from midfield, if you let him.
Yeah, if you let him.
You don't stick him out on left wing.
I don't like him on left wing. I know he can play there, but I don't like him.
Milner's got a goal in him. It's our system too, guys. It's our system.
Yeah.
Our system doesn't allow for our midfielders to get deep into the box like that. It's Trent and it's Robbo that are up there wreaking havoc. And then we got our front three interchanging in the middle.
Oh, Steve, I know we're going backwards, but we completely forgot to mention Thiago in the midfield.
What about him?
We just forgot when we were talking about our midfielders.
Oh, no, I didn't forget. I mentioned him. He was the first one I mentioned.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, the best 3 midfielders we have are Fabinho, Hendo, Thiago.
Yes, okay.
He's
sorry.
I mean, he's an absolute legend.
He is.
But he is getting older. I'll give him a couple good more years.
Yes, but he showed us quality at the end of the season. And, Thiago, if everyone's healthy, you're right. Fabinho, Thiago, Hendo in that midfield. He's just the thing. Klopp rotates that midfield all the time. He needs those options. Let's go over to the chat. Let's see. Nasri here. Out. Milner, Hendo, Nabi, Ox. Okay. I'll keep it in. Okay. All right. All right. Whew, that one
Tielemans
really
starts
bothered
for
me.
all the best teams. Here you go, 9:53. Tielemans starts for all the best teams. Oh, it's a Leicester City fan. 9:53 a.m. Yeah. Sorry, pal.
Yeah. No.
Tielemans is probably, some would say, your third best midfielder
Look,
behind Madison and Ndidi. And
dude, I'm telling you right now, Madison and Ndidi are. Oh,
Tielemans number 2 there for me.
They're
Number 2.
different midfielders, though. I mean, Tielemans and Madison obviously push forward, and Ndidi just holds it down like a rock. I love defensive midfielders, though. That's me, though. That's me. That's the kind of player I like, and I think Ndidi is quality there.
Great.
Someone asking about Coutinho. Just to go back, and some people were asking, yes, that jersey that I have not touched is a Coutinho jersey. Would I take him back for free? No. Sorry. See ya. See ya, buddy. We had a comment from...
Free.
Where did it go?
Yes. But him coming back, getting offered back is not free. The debt needs to be paid somehow or another from Barcelona.
No, Barcelona,
for free?
Pay your debt.
Yes, I would take him back for free. I would take him back for 25 million or less.
No,
I still think he's one of the best players in that position.
We're not going to get into that. Steve, Tielemans walks into our starting 11 near post pod. Great, guys.
Hey, guys. I think, this is the coldest take we've had of the entire show.
In my opinion.
Other than the fact, this is ice cold. Guys, go check them out for sure. But Tielemans is number 5 midfielder, probably.
Look, all right, let's just assume everyone's healthy, okay? And you have to take into account that Klopp doesn't just play people.
Mm-hmm.
He, like Fabinho, I always bring this up. Fabinho, world class at Monaco. We bought him. Fabinho doesn't start for 4 months. Like, and Tielemans, I'm just saying, Tielemans doesn't walk in. I guarantee you Klopp goes Milner or Hendo in the holding midfield role with Thiago and Jones before Tielemans. It just doesn't happen. But I will say Tielemans is solid.
Oh, no, he's a very, very solid player, but he's not walking into this midfield. He's walking right into the training ground for 4 months, and then he's walking right over to the bench on match day. He's going to sit right there, right next to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. That's where he's going to be.
Hey, Tim Smith, thanks for dropping in. We do appreciate it. Shout out to Tim Smith. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We got all sorts of fans in here. Leicester, Leeds, doesn't matter. You're all welcome. Tony would not take back Coutinho. He's not the player who left Liverpool, and that's my point. I know, Steve, you think he's one of the best players in that position, but he's not the same player. And Liz does bring up a point. Barcelona hold on. We sold the debt to a third party. So Barcelona technically owe the third party the debt. Mm-hmm. So we're paid off in full, which is another reason why I wouldn't pay for him at all. Mm-hmm. Like, I know you said you'd take him on a free, but then it comes down to an integrity thing for me.
Sure, that's fine. I don't care about Coutinho. I can't waste any more time talking about him. For the Yuri Tielemans fanboys and girls, what do you think Yuri's going to get you from midfield?
What did he get this season?
6.
6 and what?
6 goals, 4 assists. Last year he got 3 goals. The year before that he got 3 goals. I'm hearing shouts for goals from midfield.
How many?
If we're gonna get a goals from midfield guy, we're gonna need more than 3 to an average of 4 goals a year. Okay.
True.
How many Curtis Jones had this year? He probably played 15 games. How many goals does he have?
2 or 3.
Yeah, there you go. There he is. Play him the whole year. Play him 38 games like Tielemans played. He'll get you 6.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Joey Anderson,
money on that guy.
Asking about a 4-2-3-1 system. Look, we've played it. And we've had games where it works out. We've had games where it doesn't. Again, this comes back to Klopp and trusting people and trusting his system. Klopp will always revert back to a 4-3-3. He will try the 4-2-3-1 depending on who's available. The 4-2-3-1 thing is that, are you willing to risk? It's crazy that we have to ask this question. Are you willing to risk all 4 of our top attackers at once? You know, it's like that. It's sad that we have to ask that question, but really, that's what it comes down to. Let's see what else we got. Liz, hit that like button. I love it. Absolutely love it. And yeah, no, this is another thing. We got some youth players coming through the ranks, Steve, that are quality. Not saying that they can just walk into the side and, play, but we do have some solid guys coming through the system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tielemans, Dermot saying 10 goals if he plays every game.
Yeah, Tielemans played every game this year and he had 6. So
yeah,
he might score more here, but
he played 38 games?
Listen to this. Imagine Yuri Tielemans playing every game for Liverpool next year.
I can't.
Is Sheffield United, or they're gone?
Sheffield?
Okay. Yuri Tielemans playing every game for Liverpool next year has the same probability as Harvey Elliott winning the Golden Boot.
Hey, don't you dare slander my boy Harvey Elliott.
I love Harvey Elliott, but that is a joke.
Harvey Elliott. Oh my God.
Tielemans, come on, guys.
Look, if Harvey Elliott isn't loaned out next season, which he probably will be, he'll probably be loaned out. But Harvey Elliott, man, this kid is coming up through the ranks. I just wanted to point out, I am a huge fan of Curtis Jones, and I'm a huge fan of Harvey Elliott. Mm-hmm. I feel like anyone who isn't or thinks that Curtis Jones isn't at the level, I feel like you didn't really, and you may have watched him, I'm sure, but you didn't really look at the performances he put in when he did play, because his ball retention is not as good, but it's up there with Genie. He can hold on to the ball in the midfield. He's way more technical than Genie. Genie's rigid. Genie's not doing step overs and stuff. He might give you a good turn, but Curtis Jones is at least technical. Okay, another thing, Curtis Jones, he can put a good shot on target, Steve. Kid can shoot.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott are great. And look, this is no disrespect against Tielemans. Tielemans is one of the first players I buy in Ultimate Team every single year because he's dirt cheap and he's solid. And I know he's got experience in this league, but he wouldn't start. I'm sorry. He wouldn't start.
Yeah.
Some would argue he wouldn't even be the first name off the bench in the midfield. And I think we can spend our money better elsewhere. If Leicester value him at over 50 million,
yes,
that is a joke.
Yes, especially
people are saying that what he's worth is Jota and Raphinha combined, 75 million. That's what I'm hearing from people.
Do we need to do the debate between worth and value?
We don't. Okay. But I'm just saying, you got to think about. You go 80 million.
Wait. Hold on, Georgie, 1 foot, Leicester City, 80 million. So Georgie,
80 million.
Hold on. Listen. This is where Steve and I disagree. His worth, okay, his worth is probably 40.
40 max.
Okay, 40. Leicester value all of their players at double what they're worth. Mm-hmm. And they get teams to pay for it.
Mm-hmm. And that's fine. But it ain't going to be us.
Great business over there at Leicester.
Oh, great business. Because they're a selling club. And they still find a way to win trophies. It's incredible.
Yes, they're great. They're
no
good.
one goes to Leicester to finish out their career.
No.
People leave Leicester. And that's no offense to you guys. In Brendan Rodgers, wow. I mean, respect.
But they need to figure out how to keep it together. Every time I see Yuri Tielemans play against Liverpool,
he looks scared out there.
But they need to figure out how to keep it together at the end of the year, because they do so good during the whole year, and then the last 2 seasons at the end of the year, they've just fallen out of it. If they can, they need to, but yeah. They've assembled a good squad over there.
Look, I never thought we'd be talking about Leicester as much today, but look, all respect to them, but I would never pay even 50 million for Yuri Tielemans to come over here and sit on the bench. I know he's good.
Here we go. Nicholas Griffin. All right. Nick, you missed your boy, Tim. All right. You won't get Raphinha for under 60, 70 mil. The only thing I can think of, okay, let me just hit you guys, Nicholas, with some knowledge. I talked about this earlier. He's never been
think sold. He's worth.
Listen,
go ahead, Kyle.
He's never been sold for more than 23. What makes you think he's suddenly worth 60 or 70?
After 6 goals, pal? You think he comes to the Premier League in 6 goals and his worth quadruples? I could go get Jadon Sancho, one of the hottest players in Europe, for 80. Why would I sniff 70 for Raphinha? Are you kidding me?
It's just you can ask for that, but you're not. Listen to me. I will eat my hat if this man gets sold for 60 or 70 mil. It's just unbelievable. Look, I don't know what anyone's saying about disrespecting Leicester. I feel like we're respecting Leicester, but we're just looking at the Tielemans issue with like an objective. Well, maybe we're not completely objective, but we're trying to be objective.
Unreal.
Yeah, Matt Colley asking about Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay, I'm pretty sure he's going to Barcelona. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's where he'll end up. Kroenke, again, DePaul would be perfect for Liverpool. I'm kind of indifferent about that. There's another player that's could come in and do a job, but he's not starting.
Ruben Neves? No.
Yeah, no.
How much do you value Jota? How much do you value Salah? Those are the questions. What do you value Salah? Go. Quick.
At least 100.
At least 100.
I'd say probably, honestly, this is probably a really too high, but I'd say 150 because he's definitely worth more than Coutinho was.
Yeah, if as long as it's over 100, the rest doesn't even matter. He's six figures, in my opinion. I give him 110, 120.
110, 120. Okay.
Yeah, and then in terms of Jota, what did we pay? Let's just say 40 million for him.
Ish, 43
40 million. I think he's worth 50 now, 55.
I'd say 50. I wouldn't go as high as 55. I'd say 50.
I mean, look, you play a good season, like your value doesn't go from 20, which is Raphinha was, to 70. It doesn't go 3.5x. It doesn't increase 350%. That's not how it works. This guy is an Erling Haaland, guys. This guy scored 6 goals. He's good, and I think he would fit in well at Liverpool because of that system. Matches up well, and he presses. He's Brazilian. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. He's not worth 70 million, and neither is Yuri Tielemans, guys.
No, look, you can value a player at that, but they're not worth that. You know what I mean? And Michael Ramsey, shout out Michael Ramsey with the $5 super chat. We do appreciate it. Michael Ramsey, a consistent donator to the channel. We do appreciate it. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well. Stop talking crap on Jones and Elliott. They're just like Solanke. All Belgian players are rubbish.
Okay.
Hey, I don't think all Belgian players are rubbish. I think most Belgian players are solid. But I appreciate the super chat. But seriously, I don't like the disrespect that Curtis Jones get. Hey, but Steve, man, well, honestly, I just want to thank everyone for being in the chat, leaving your thoughts. That it's absolutely incredible. We've have over 200 people in the chat right now. Shout out to everyone. Hey, Steve, I want to get your closing thoughts, man. We'll wrap it up here in a second. Let's kind of sum everything up.
Okay.
All right. Give me your thoughts. Raphinha, Daka. We touched on Tielemans enough. And then, of course, Trent. And then what you think about, who we're bringing in for the rest of the summer?
I don't think a midfielder is at the top of the list. I just don't. I wouldn't be surprised if we did, but I just don't think it's at the top. I think you're going to see some attackers. I think it could be a relatively quiet window unless we sell. And I think the only one that's going to net you anything that we should sell is Keita. The only one that's going to get you any sort of money.
I agree with
that. Loss on him in the long term, but he can get you 25, 30 million.
Yeah. Right now. Yeah. Barring he doesn't have an amazing season. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's all I got. I mean, Raphinha, max 35. Sorry. It's what we paid for Salah. Look, Raphinha for 70. Kyle.
Hey, Carl with the super chat here, $5 super chat, saying, I was with you until you said Genie's not technical. Curtis not ready to play every week. Leicester will sell
Eunice high.
Oh, high. Raphinha, anything above 35 mil is high. I agree with the Raphinha thing. Anything above 35 mil is high, especially because he was 20 million a season ago. So I do agree with that. Genie, I said I clarified what I said. Like, Genie's just not he's like Hendo. Like, Genie's not going to do step overs and like dummies. Like, Genie's just going to either dribble at you or hold on to the ball. That's what I meant. It wasn't slandering Genie.
No, he has it. He just doesn't use it. That's what Kyle means.
I think, yeah, that's what I mean. So fair point to you.
He doesn't want to be flashy.
Yeah, he doesn't. He just does the job. And then the other thing is Curtis Jones not ready to play every week. I can agree with that to a certain extent. I think that's a fair point. Maybe not ready to play every week, but he's definitely in that rotation. He's definitely in that midfield rotation next season, I think.
Look at the big picture. I get what people are saying about Curtis Jones. Maybe he wasn't ready. He's young. Whatever. There was times this year when all of you, including myself, were shouting and crying for Curtis Jones to come on into games. I remember there was like a 3-week period earlier in the end of the winter, beginning of the spring, whether it was February, March, especially when we had a couple tough Champions League games.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted Curtis Jones out there really bad. He was in all of our predicted lineups.
Yes.
When he didn't start, when he was getting taken off early, when he was the best player on the pitch, we were confused. People can't forget that. We all were in the same boat with that.
We were.
When Hendo was banged up, when Milner was banged up, Keita, I mean, who knows where he was? Ox, same deal. We had Thiago hurt, Fabinho hurt. We were crying for Curtis Jones to get out there. And there was times where Klopp didn't even put him out there, probably because you guys are right, he wasn't ready. But don't forget, we wanted him really bad at certain points throughout the season, and he's going to be around for a long time.
We did. Yeah, no, he is. And he's another Trent. I'm not saying they're the same player. I'm just saying, like, in terms of the contribution he's going to make to the squad. Absolutely. Guys, thank you all so much for joining us on this week's Sunday Summary. Again, every Sunday, 9 a.m., we are here chatting about the Reds. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button. Thank you for all the donations to the chat. All the donations go right back into the channel to make better content for you guys. Steve, any final thoughts, my man?
No. Thanks for joining us, guys. This was great. A lot of good banter. Talked a lot more about Leicester and Leeds than I thought I would.
Hey, I'm not mad.
No, it's just
that's the whole point of the show.
What a way to spend your Sunday morning talking about Leeds and Leicester.
Yeah. Hey, wherever the show takes us, that's
all the selling clubs. No, I'm just kidding.
All the selling clubs.
Pushing your buttons.
Hey, guys, appreciate everyone for tuning in. Until next Sunday, take care.